Hi everyone, let's jump into this video. A couple years ago, I did a video where I talked about how I read 20 plus books a month, and that was cute at the time. However, that is not how my reading goes anymore. It's changed a little bit. And so this is going to be a little bit of like a week in my life, maybe more like a 5 days in my life. And I'm going to take you through and I'm going to show you when I read, where I read, and how I fit reading into my life as a mom, as a person who has 2 jobs, as just a person who exists in the world, but like really likes to spend her time reading. That's what we're going to do today. I'm also not going to really be talking about the books that I'm reading in this vlog. So if you want like reviews and thoughts, I will link the vlogs that I'm actually talking about these books in down below as they start coming out, because I'm currently filming 3 different reading vlogs. So I don't know why starting another vlog sounded like a good idea, but here I am. And that's just the chaos that I'm choosing for myself this month, and it's gonna be fine. I'm not panicking about it at all. But anyways, today's Friday. And today's also a new school day for my kids. So this morning was a little bit different than it normally is. I've only actually read for 20 minutes today. I chose to sleep in this morning. And then my youngest has a reading tracker for school and needs to read like roughly 20 minutes a day. And of course we're behind already. And so I read for 20 minutes with them, but I read my book while they read their book. And that was great. And then I've had work and I have been trying to be a little bit more productive today. I hurt my back about a week ago. I pulled a muscle in my lower back, just like standing up from sitting down. It was great. I love getting older. It's the best. And this is the first day where I really feel mostly back to normal. So I'm trying to take advantage of it, but also not overdo it. So I did a little bit of a workout. I have a spin bike in the garage. So I did a very gentle ride while watching a YouTube video. And then I did some stretching. And then I've taught one class. I have to go back and teach another class this afternoon. And my husband is out with the kids. So I have a quiet house for a couple of hours. So it's going to be kind of a mixture of doing chores and getting reading done today. I do have a book that I would really like to finish, but I've just had lunch. I think I'm gonna pop open an energy drink and sit outside and read for a little bit because it's actually really lovely outside today. And I think getting some outdoor time sounds really nice. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get some reading done. I'm probably only gonna read, it's currently 1 o'clock. How long do we wanna read for? Let me see how far I am in my book. All right, I'm on page 192 in the middle of chapter 22. I would love to get, what is reasonable, to 250, which is like almost done. If I get to page 250, I'll only have that much left. So let's try for 250, read about 56 pages, and then we'll see if maybe I can finish this book today so that I can be almost done with the vlog this book is for. This is for my Nebula novels vlog. Who knows when that's going to be done, because I still have 1 more book to read after this. But anyways, that's enough yapping. Let's go read. Reading for about an hour, and then I took a little bit of a break because I needed to like dust, and I'm trying to be better about housework, like to keep up with it on a more consistent basis rather than getting behind and then scrambling. Also, let's go where the light's a little bit better. I feel like I'm just struggling today. Oh, hi. That's so much brighter. Also, it would help if I wait. Okay, hold please. Okay, I think that's better. Oh, I read for an hour, and then I took a break to dust, and then I came back and I read for 30 minutes, and I did finish Rake's Fall. I have no idea what my rating is going to be at all. So what I usually do when I don't know what my rating is I go on Storygraph and I read the reviews, and I look for people whose thoughts mirror my own, and I see what they rated the book, because right now it could be anywhere from like a 3 to 4.25. I honestly have no idea what I think, but that's okay. I can figure that out. And I have like a little less than an hour before I need to change and go back to work for one more class. And I don't know what I'm going to read next. I have two choices because, like I said, I'm filming 3 vlogs. This would be my 4th vlog, but at least I don't have a separate reading list for this vlog. And I need to start finishing them because I've been doing all of them since at least the beginning of the month, and it's currently the 9th, and it's too much to juggle, and it's making my reading list so long, and I haven't touched a single thing on my May TBR yet, and now it is starting to stress me out because now we're getting close to the middle of the month. Whew. And there's things that I need to start, but I am trying really hard to only read one book at a time right now. I don't know why. I don't know why that's the speed or the rhythm that I thought sounded good, but I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying only having one thing to focus on right now. We'll see if that changes. What I pick up next will determine whether or not I'm going to focus on finishing up a vlog or just choose to make progress in one of the other two. I don't know. But I think my bulk of my reading is done for today. I will probably read a little bit more as we go along because it's just who I am, but I don't think I'll have any specific updates for you, but I am going to try to record when I pick up my book on my camera, at least in B-roll format, to at least show, hey look, I found more time to read today. But for right now, I don't know. I need to process my feelings, look up some reviews, update this specific blog, and then pick what I'm going to read next. I don't know why I decided to start 3 different reading projects. I mean, I love a reading project, but 3 is excessive. But I had so many ideas that I was excited about this month. So here we are. I forgot that my Aardvark book club book came today and that I can unbox it with you all. Why am I struggling so much with my tripod today? It's just, chaos right now. Anyways, I wasn't super excited with the options for Aardvark Book Club this month. I almost skipped it. I'll kind of show you what the choices are. This is not sponsored, by the way. Aardvark does not know that this is a thing. But I'm not opposed to being sponsored, however. Anyways, so their choices were Immaculate Conception, which I haven't read any Ling Ling Wang yet. I'm interested in reading from her, but I just haven't yet. I'm not a historical fiction person, so The Pretender wasn't interesting for me. The Julie Chan book I've heard good reviews for, but I'm not a thriller reader, though I have heard that one has some horror elements, so I wouldn't be opposed to maybe reading it, but from the library first. The Original Daughter, I think is also, that's the one right there. I think that's also historical fiction. And then When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy, I've only read one Nat Cassidy, and I did like it, but I think there's a kid in this one, and I just don't, and maybe a woman who has to take care of the kid. And listen, I'm just over men writing women and children in horror. I don't want to read it anymore from them. I'm just not interested in it. And then there's When the Tides Held the Moon, which is the one I ended up getting because it is fantasy, it is queer, and shortly after I saw, I think the same day that the picks for May came out, I started seeing some people whose opinions I trust on my Instagram feed talk about this book and how excited they were for it. And then the audiobook is an ALC for Libro FM this month, and that kind of clinched it for me. So that is the one I ended up picking. I really do like this cover. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I think the authors, not that I give a lot of stock to praise the blurbs on the back, but I do take note when it's like who it is, and if it's authors that I like, then it tends to give me an impression that it's a book that is going to swing in that direction of like me liking it. So TJ Klune, who is actually kind of hit or miss for me now. He used to be like an auto buy and an auto read author, but I've read like 2 of his books that I haven't liked, and now I'm kind of not soured on him, but I'm not reaching for his books with the alacrity I would have done in the past. Becky Albertalli, who of course I love. Well, I like Becky Albertalli. My teen loves Becky Albertalli. Freya Marsk, who I really do like. Everina Maxwell I like. And then some other like queer authors where maybe I wasn't a huge fan of their books, but I like their online presence. So this is about a merman who is like put into an exhibit at Coney Island or a World's Fair. Okay, Coney Island. And then it looks like, so it's in New York, 1910s. So I think this is going to fall into that subgenre of it's historical, but magical, which is my favorite, like historical magical realism, historical fantasy. Like, I love that. It's my favorite subgenre. And it's queer. So I'm hoping this will be a good time and that I will like it. I think this cover is so pretty. My only complaint is that when I first saw this cover, I definitely thought it was sapphic. And I would have been maybe even more excited if this was a sapphic romance instead. But I'm also getting like woefully behind on my aardvark books, so I need to do something about that because this is going to become a problem. Ooh, there's illustrations. I love that. That makes, oh, there's a pronunciation guide in the back. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't want to spoil myself. I just want to see all the pretty pictures. Look. Oh, I mean, it's a romance, so I don't think it's a spoiler. But God, look at that. Hide the words. Hide the words. Look how pretty that is. Oh, what I was going to say is, this is so out of left pocket. So, like, I'm so sorry. But I have come around on Gaston in Beauty and the Beast. I think Gaston is misunderstood. And maybe we just need some hashtag justice for Gaston. Because, yes, I can read a book without pictures. But you know what? Also, pictures in a grown-up book do make for a really enjoyable reading experience. And I think maybe we shouldn't be so quick to judge him. Does he make poor choices? Yes. But, you know, hurt people hurt people. It's basically, okay. I don't know. I cannot believe I'm turning into a Gaston apologist. Anyways, I got a new book. Yay. No idea when I'm going to read it. Hopefully soon. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have had that coffee. I feel like I am all over the place now and not focusing at all. What I was going to say is I'm going to have to count how many unread Aardvark Book Club books I have now. And I think I'm going to have to like instigate like a rule for myself that once I get like 6 unread of these, I can't get any new ones until I've read some of them because I'm not reading them every month. Sometimes I am, but for the large part I am not. And that's a problem. It's a problem. So, okay, now I'm going to go for real and I'll talk to you tomorrow. I slept in this morning, which was actually really lovely and definitely necessary. I have been prioritizing rest so much this year in a way that I really haven't for the last couple of years. And part of the reason why I'm reading a little bit less is because I'm prioritizing getting more sleep. And it's a little bit after 10, and I'm gonna go to the gym shortly. So I'm just having, like, this is not, normally I would have like a real breakfast, but I just want to eat something really quick and go to the gym because I haven't been in well over a week. And I'm going to do weightlifting today. It's a pull day. I'm going to go super easy. I'm probably not going to use, like, I'm probably going to cut my weights in half from what they usually are, just in an effort to make sure I do not re-injure my back while I'm at the gym. But typically I don't injure my back a lot, but it's definitely happening more frequently as I'm getting a little bit older. And I think every time I injure my back, I definitely reprioritize focusing on my form. And it's usually a sign that I have stopped incorporating core exercises. So I'll probably add a couple core moves to my pull day, just because I've obviously been neglecting my back again. And my back has been really weak ever since my twins were born, because the twins did a number on my abdominal wall. And it's just a journey. Anyways, I did read half of chapter 1 of Asunder last night, and then I got too sleepy. And then I read the other half this morning, so I'm on chapter 2. I'm gonna try and listen to the audiobook at the gym. I think it's on Spotify, and see how much I can listen to while I'm working out. Sometimes audiobooks in the gym aren't the best combination because I find myself getting distracted, but also sometimes they're great for making my workout go by faster. So we'll see where this audiobook falls. It kind of just depends on the quality of the audiobook, if I'm being honest. And then the rest of how my reading will go for today, we'll see. Like I said, it's Saturday. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. I need to go buy my mom her Mother's Day presents. I kind of know what I want to get her, but I need to actually like go and get it. And I also want to go to Marshall's and try on some jeans, because I only have one pair of jeans that I like wearing and that fit well. I also don't really have any shorts that I like wearing right now. So I need to go do that. I don't want to, so maybe I won't, but I should. But I also don't want to. So I don't know. I've also gone on Halara and looked at their jeans. I don't even know how many times. Let me know if you've gotten jeans from Halara. They look so cute. I'm just not sure how they would fit on my body, but I have a pair of leggings from Halara that actually I'm wearing today. Can I get my leg up better? That I really like. So I don't know, maybe I would really like their jeans too, but I don't know. I also feel like they're a little expensive. Even though they have so many sales, I feel like they're a little expensive. And I'm always kind of leery of websites where like the base price is expensive, but they're always having sales. But I don't know. Anyways, I need to eat my food and go do my workout and get on with the day, because the downside of sleeping in is that it's already 10:15 and I've done nothing except drink coffee, read, and then partially edit a vlog. So I need to actually like get on the things that I wanted to do today.
Okay, so it's Monday. I didn't update you really yesterday. I think there's some B-roll, but I didn't actually talk to you. I didn't do very much reading yesterday. It was Mother's Day, and I don't know, we were just busy. The day got away from me. I ended up reading about, I think, 25 pages of Asunder after dinner last night. I was immersion reading it, and that was good. And then I needed something for bed because I realized the other night that Asunder, just because of the size of it, isn't very comfortable to read in bed. It's just too big of a hardcover. So I was going through my May TBR trying to figure out what else to read because I haven't read anything on my May TBR yet this month, which is going to be a problem. And I ended up starting The Witchwood Knot by Olivia Atwater, and I read like 50 pages, and I really like it so far. I really loved Half a Soul by her, and this is her like Victorian fairy tale series. The other one was Regency, so it's the same world, it's just set later, but it's got more like gothic haunted house vibes along with like the fairy element. And yeah, I really like it so far, and I really like the main character, and we'll see how that goes. But it's a little after 5:30 right now. I'm going to immersion read Asunder for like the next, not quite an hour, 55 minutes. My goal is to read 100 pages of Asunder today. Like, I need to get on it because I need to finish this video. I can't not finish a vlog. I have to finish a vlog this week. Ideally, I would like to finish 2 vlogs this week. So that is the goal. So I need to read at least 100 pages of Asunder. So that's the plan. And then at 6:30, I need to start waking the kids up to get everyone ready for school and for me to get ready for work. And I think I'll have this vlog go today and Tuesday, and I'll probably end it tomorrow night because Wednesday and Thursdays are really, really busy days for me, and I won't have a lot of content to show you all because it's like at work, and I'm not on my phone at work, and I'm not going to take footage at work. So yeah, I think it makes the most sense to see what I can get read today, and Mondays are busy days, and then Tuesday's a little bit slower, and yeah, you get the idea. Right now, I just gotta get crack-a-lackin' on this book.
Man, y'all, today has been a day. I don't even know where to start. So the very first class I teach in the mornings is a parent-child class. And today I had a parent throw up in class unexpectedly. And that kind of set the chaotic tone for the day. All of my classes were super chaotic. It's like I got a spike of adrenaline when that happened. And then, I don't know. My back's a little sore, like where I hurt it last week, which could be expected because I did do some core, like back specific workouts today at the gym, but I don't love how it feels. I'm also freezing. I cannot get warm. So I think I'm just going to shower and like reset before I start making dinner and before my kids get home from their rehearsal. I have 20 more pages before I hit my 100 pages that I wanted to hit today for Asunder, so I could feel like I was actually reading and making progress. I don't know what is up with my reading this month. I'm not really loving anything that I'm reading, but also I'm not reading my TBR. So that could definitely impact it. I think if I was reading my TBR, I would be having more fun, but that was not the choice I made for myself. I have 2 more books that I need to read. 2 more books, or is this the last book? I have this, And then I have a book for another vlog, which I could end up really liking. I don't know yet, obviously. And then I think once I finish those, oh no. And then I have 2 more for another vlog. Jesus, Mary Joseph. I did it to myself. That's kind of the worst thing. I did it to myself. And I don't really want to scrap the projects because I like the projects. I think once I finish this vlog, the vlog this book is for, I think my reading will pick up and I'll have a better time. I think doing the Nebula books really slowed me down. So what does that look like for like my reading time today? Saying, you know, because I said I read 100 pages. Well, this hasn't been the only thing I've read today because I have read Which Would Not because all right, we'll go chronological. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to get it together. So I woke up this morning, updated you really quick. You remember this. And then I did tandem read for about 50 minutes. And then I had to get the kids up. We all got ready for school. I got ready for work. And then I went and I meet my really good friends for coffee every Monday morning for whoever can make it. I'm almost always the first one. So I bring my book and I read because sometimes I have to wait like 15-20 minutes for everyone to like finish their morning things and get there. And I brought The Witch Would Not and was able to finish the chapter that I was in the middle of when I got too sleepy last night to keep reading it. And I can talk to you about that one because that one I'm not reading for a project. That's actually a book off of my TBR and I'm having a great time with it so far. Hence supporting my theory of, if I was reading the books on my TBR, maybe I'd be having a better time this month. But that one's really fun. Very gothic, very spooky, very atmospheric. And I really like Olivia Atwater, so it's nice that I can circle back around to her and know that it'll be a good time. And then when I got to the gym, I started listening to this on audio. And I think I listened to 2.5 chapters at the gym. These are not long chapters, but I do not waste time at the gym. I am a get in, get the workout done, get out type of person. So my headphones died when I had like 10 minutes left of my workout. So I didn't get to finish that chapter. But then I got my youngest from school, came home, got them fed, took them to rehearsal, and then came home. And then I sat on the couch for, how long was I sitting there? I think probably 50 minutes. And continued to listen and read at the same time. And now I'm on page 198. And I think I need to read to 224, 225 in order to hit the 100 pages. So here, or if I want to be like overly ambitious, I could read to, of course, this is a long chapter. Here. There's about 4 more chapters. So I think easy to do, but for now, I want to shower and just kind of reset because I feel frazzled and I don't want to have that energy when my kids get home from rehearsal in an hour. I want to be calm and warm. And when I get cold like this, the only way to warm up is to take a shower. So I'm going to go do that. And then maybe later this evening, we can talk more in depth about Which Would Not, or maybe tomorrow. I'll have to see how my kids are feeling. I'll have to see what the vibe is when everybody is finally home because some nights, yes, absolutely. And other nights, oh no, I cannot do anything because everyone is needy. I don't know how their Mondays went yet. So we'll just wait and see. But for now, shower.
Feels way earlier. I slept in for longer than I meant to this morning, but I'm awake now. I made my coffee and I'm gonna read some more Asunder. I'm gonna set my goal for 100 pages again today, which I did get to yesterday. I didn't do the extra that I mentioned because it just took me longer to read those extra 3 more chapters than I thought I was going to, and I was tired and I needed a different book, so I switched to something else. So we're gonna see how far I can get in 24 minutes.
Alright, I just got out of the grocery store. Today's been busy, but you know, that's how it goes. You know that. I did the bookstore this morning, went to work, picked up library holds, which you saw, and one of those is on my TBR for this month and the other one is not, but I think the other one fits for Buzzword Reading Challenge. So I want to try and read that by the end of the month. And then I went to the gym and went home and took like a 5-second shower. And then I just picked up some stuff at the grocery store because I didn't know what we were having for dinner. Tuesdays, I usually kind of leave up in the air. Like I don't plan it out ahead of time. I just wait and see what I feel like. And now I have to go get the youngest from school. So, you know, we're just rolling right along. I've gotten to, how much? I read, I think 2.5 chapters this morning after I woke up. And, well, obviously I'm not reading in my sleep. God, can you imagine how much reading I would get done if I could read in my sleep? I'm actually halfway through chapter 31 right now, but I'm not sure where, obviously, because I was listening to it while I was at the gym. But I have like 80 more pages, so I guess I've only read 20? No, that can't be right. I listened to it for like 40 minutes at the gym, so what? I don't know. I have to figure it out. I think I started on I know where I started. I started on page 223, so I should be around the 270 mark. Why does this book read so slow? It should not read that slow, but it feels like it's reading slow. I don't know why. No rest for the wicked. I'm gonna shove food in my face because I haven't eaten yet since breakfast, and well, I had a snack. I bring snacks to work, so I had a snack, a couple snacks, 3 snacks. I've had a lot of snacks today. I need to have like actual meal, and this is not ideal, but it's what I am capable of today, and it's what fits in with my schedule. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go and get my youngest and eat some food. And then they have rehearsal again today, so I'm planning on putting on an audiobook and listening while I clean. God, I'm so boring. It is Wednesday, and I know I said I was going to close out this vlog yesterday. We're closing it out today because I just didn't have time to talk to you last night. And today was late start for my kids. I got an extra hour of reading this morning. So I actually ended up reading, I think, for an hour and 45 minutes. And then at the time that I had to get up and start our morning, get ready for all the things routine, I only had 30 minutes of the audiobook for Asunder left. And so I thought I'd just wait. So I read for an hour and 45 minutes this morning, came back from work and running and getting the youngest from school and taking them to rehearsal and all the things. And I read for 30 more minutes to finish this out. Check out my Nebula vlog if you have questions, if you want to see what I thought. This ending really put me through it. Really put me through it. But yeah, so that's how much I can read in approximately 5 days. So I read half of Rake's Fall. I read all of Asunder, and then I barely talked about it. But I did read a little over 100 pages in The Witch Would Not by Olivia Atwater, and I'm really digging this so far. This is set in the same world as the Half a Soul books. There's actually been a reference to a character from Half a Soul already, and we're following Winifred Hall, who shows up at this manor in the English countryside to be a governess, and right away things are hinky. Like nothing is up to any good. So she's at Witchwood Manor, and it's obviously being haunted by things. And Winifred is supposed to, like, for appearance's sake, is there to be a governess, but is actually there to unhaunt the manor. And it's very good. It's very fun. I like Winifred a lot. This is actually, and I think the name is the same. The beginning of this reminded me of Victorian Psycho by Virginia Fado so much, but obviously this is like unhinged horror, and this is gothic fairy tale fantasy. So like very, very different, but the beginnings are similar. And I think, you know, maybe these are like alternate reality versions of a Winifred. It's just, maybe, who knows, who can say. But I am hoping to finish this rather quickly now that it is my only book, because it is reading very quickly and it is hard to put down at night. I'm basically reading it until I can't keep my eyes open any longer. So if you're also an Olivia Atwater fan, even though I haven't finished it yet so far, I would recommend it because I like it. So there you have it. That is how much and how often and where I read in a week-ish. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me this week. A little bit of a different type of vlog than what I usually do. It was weird to not have to discuss the books I was reading in this one, but also kind of nice to just sit down and yap and not worry about being constructive or critical as I talked about to talk about books. Thank you so much for joining me and spending your precious time with me. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to leave an emoji to let me know you made it to the end of the video, I guess let's do a fairy emoji, even though that's the wrong type of fairy vibes. And like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye!